Just waking up from a nice dream. Bitcoin pumping on a live stream. Smile shine brighter than a high beam. Ever seen live trading on a widescreen? Bitcoin showing you the steps to own it. We got the alpha, I bet you want it. I'm having fun, send a lecture on it. Randy, put a little extra on it.
It's mutable and decentralized. No censorship or hard cap supply. It's open source and we classify the blockchain secure, and that's exactly why. It's hard money with a new plan. It bounced a lot like this new jam. If Bitcoin dipped, then we ain't gon' trip. I'ma be bullish on you, fam.
I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it. 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 I'm a Bitcoin bestie. You gotta love it.
This video is sponsored by Cake Wallet, the easiest open source wallet to store Bitcoin, Monero, and Litecoin securely on mobile and desktop devices. When buying, selling, and exchanging crypto or trading for gift cards, Cake Wallet ensures privacy and security, giving you the keys to your coins. At Vacation Genie, we believe digital currencies are meant to do more than just sit in your wallet. They're meant to take you places. We want to help you step into the future of cryptocurrency spending, as travel is one of the top categories for spending your crypto. It provides you with the best ROI, lasting memories. Make sure to check out Vacation Genie today. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to the Daily Zest. I'm your host, Randi Hipper, here today on a lovely Monday. Boy, oh boy, I hope you had a splendid weekend. I baked a lot, cooked a lot, and I'm going to show you what I did at the end of the show if y'all are interested. But we're going to get after it. We have a lot of news to chat about today, guys. Wow, we have a lot of international news. Kazakhstan, we got Japan, we have China news, we have, I don't even know where else. I think we got Europe thrown in here somewhere. We have Tether, an Indian exchange we have to chat about. We have things going on at the SEC, the CFTC that is pretty interesting. We also have some stats on the new XRP ETF that was coming out. Mt. Gox 10 years later, still driving us wild. And so is Michael Saylor. I'm just kidding. Michael Saylor did buy more Bitcoin this morning. We'll chat about that. We also have your coins to watch. So if you're ready for the zest, the news, the education, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share this out with friends so more people know what's going on here. And say good morning to me so I can say good morning to you, because we like to do that on this channel as you check out our 3 amazing sponsors of the show that keep our lights on, make this thing happen. And that is Cake Wallet, Market Cipher. Use code ZESTY for 15% off, and then head over to Vacation Genie and pay for your cruise with crypto. We absolutely love Vacation Genie. Also, guys, we just have a lot going on. We do. We also have a goal of 150 likes, 150 live viewers, a subscriber goal of 24,230 subs, 8 more, guys. We pumped it over the weekend. I did put up like this really deep video yesterday, and I cried literally, like you can see me crying making this video. But I really wanted to put it out. Maybe I'll play it at the end of the show, and maybe we can have a conversation about it, maybe trauma dump a little bit, you know? But we're going to get after it. I'm so excited. So let's say good morning to everyone in the chat who's here. Thank you, guys. This is episode 701 of the Daily Zest. Thank you guys so much for making the 3-year anniversary / 700th show so special last week. I was a wreck all weekend from that. I'm not going to lie. It really impacted me. And just seeing y'all come out the way you did, and I didn't expect it. I was like telling Golden, I texted Golden before we went live. I was like, I don't know if people are going to show up, but you're invited. And he showed up for real. And so.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome.
Ooh.
Thank you. You're
Today
welcome.
we honor a hard-working man. Today is Po Day. Mark it down on your calendar.
Happy
Flex
Po
bicep
Day.
emoji.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Mike, I did get Donkey this morning. This is Donkey coffee. This is Donkey, except that the cup was leaking and I couldn't use that. So 2 pockets today. You're right, Zools. Good morning, Zools. Who else we got in the chat? Let's say good morning to people. We got Brian, David, Peace. Good morning, Mama Shadow, Son Backup, Joe Harvey's in the chat. All set. Nice to see you, Rob C. We got Doge Bowl, Rob C. I said hello to JC. Oh wow, y'all are really chatting it up today. We got Texas T-Man over on X. Nice to see you. Welcome.
You're welcome.
Oh.
You're welcome.
Oh.
You're
Pump
welcome.
these likes now. Thumbs up emoji.
Pump up the likes. Shout out to Poe, by the way. Yukio is on X. Nice to see you. Chipper is here. Silverback is here. Sola Hefe. As always, thank you to Black Hat. He's on every platform watching out right now. John Legend, nice to see you. We have, who else? Gary's on multiple platforms. John White, nice to see you. Mike Mazzone is on X as well. All right, Left Field, good morning. Sorry, everyone. YouTube changed the new usernames again, so like I don't know who's who anymore. Sound Dr. Genie, he's been following us for a very long time. I've met him years ago with his wifey and his child. BD, good morning. Nice to see you. Silver Days is here. ENF is here. Good morning. If I didn't say good morning to you, please yell at me and I will make sure we get that GM in. All right, let's get into the show. We have a lot to chat about today. Holy wow, Gentle, good morning. All right, we got the market recap. We're going to start off with that. We got virtual up 10%, Co-AI down 15, Pi. Zcash, I think they're coming up on their 9th anniversary tomorrow. I'm pretty sure. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe tomorrow is the 9th anniversary of Zcash. Major news. Daniel, good morning on TikTok. Let's look at Bitcoin, shall we? I can't speak today. We do English. We do English here. $115,380 Bitcoin. We are up 0.75%. Whoop-de freaking do. Looks like we maybe have found our support at 106. Oh my darn word. If 106 is really where we found support, I'm just going to scream and shout, let it all out, because we've been saying this for months. I feel like we prophesied over the Bitcoin chart, and it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Now, bullishly, we're looking at 117.5. That is our ultimate golden zone because we want to pass 117.5 to ultimately catapult to $120,000. That is where my heart is very warm. It's fluffy. It's magnificent. Now, your bearish level to watch on Bitcoin is 112. Of course, that 200-day SMA that's now approaching our critical level of 109. We're currently at $108,981 for the 200-day SMA. 109 is the level to watch too. Very critical level over there. Now, we do have Market Cipher. A little bit of a Christmas tree action going on. Red, green, red. But we do have a green dot freshly printing on Market Cipher. This was printed last week. I believe this was Thursday. Yep. Boosting us up. We are bullish. We have a lot of bullish signals coming out for Monday. Again, this could be full smooth Monday. Who knows? But we do have money flow increasing. VWAP is going up. And then we have the RSI as well. That is absolutely bullish, taking off. Now, makes me think only one thing. That we have a lot of room to run to the upside. But then I also think about how when we have a major move with the RSI, we might pull back. It wouldn't surprise me if we tested the neutral one more time with the RSI before we go back up. I would like to see some bullish price action this morning. We are starting off a new week, so we can take a look at the weekly chart. The weekly chart has been very interesting. Of course, the past 2 weeks, we've been kind of dealing with this 200-day SMA, but we did close way above it, so that is beautiful. So even on the weekly chart, what are we looking at? 120. That is your level to watch on the weekly. Green dot is freshly printed on Market Cipher. Let's see if this plays out. The VWAP is going up. That's bullish. Momentum's going up. Money flow is flowing in. And also, we bounced right off that neutral. Absolutely amazing RSI right here. Absolutely amazing. We have a lot of room to run to the upside. I would ideally like to see a nice push to 120, even that 123, which is our current all-time high. Like, in terms of candle close, the actual wick high is 126. I don't know. Who thinks we're going to see 100? Wow, I cannot get my earbuds in. Who thinks we are going to see $120,000 Bitcoin this week? One or yes emoji. One or yes emoji. Two or no emoji. Let me know. If you guys are a member of the channel, that's cool. If you're not a member of the channel, only today that's cool because you're able to jump into the community after show. So please make sure if you haven't yet, please join the Discord. We have a community after show. Once this live stream ends, we're going to go in there and hang out and chat for a few minutes. So make sure you guys are there. We have a bunch of headlines to get through today. Interesting things, right, Mark, on TikTok. Very interesting people on the YouTubes and the Rumbles and everything else. We're streaming on like 5,000 different platforms right now. Flat Earth Cryptocurrency Man, hello. I don't know anyone's real name anymore. YouTube messed me up. Let's get into breaking news headlines, shall we? China and the US. Let's get Donnie T out in here. We have a sound for this.
China.
According to U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, we might have actually reached a trade deal or a trade framework with China. Very interesting. Take a gander at this. Everyone's looking at this to impact markets today. We have U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent saying that the U.S. and China have made substantial progress on a trade deal framework, sparking investor hopes of reigniting the bull market. Now, I don't know about this, but the proposed trade framework would likely remove the need for 100% additional tariffs announced by Donnie T on October 10th, adding that Donnie T gave me a great deal of negotiating leverage with the threat of 100% tariffs on November 1st. And I believe we have reached a very substantial framework that will avoid that and allow us to discuss many other things with the Chinese. These comments follow weeks of easing trade tensions between the two countries, culminating in Donnie T confirming the meeting with China's President Xi Jinping at the Asia Pacific Economic Cooperation Summit on October 31st. So might be a little bit of a spooky day for the markets on Halloween. So keep calm, hodl on, watch out. And even people are worried, what is going to happen by the end of the year? Are we going to have a crypto rally? Well, of course, Tom Lee is going to weigh in on that. Tom Lee is an absolute icon. We love Tom Lee on this channel. I really want to interview you, Tom. Look at this. Tom Lee is saying that U.S. stocks can finish 2025 higher and crypto should rally into the year end. After a sharp deleveraging, laying out his case during an interview on Friday, CNBC's Closing Bell Overtime. Pressed by co-host John Fort on whether he thinks the risk-on trade is back, Lee, who is the chairman of BitMine Immersion Tech, as well as the head of research at Fundstrat Global Advisors and chief investment officer of Fundstrat Capital, he stayed bullish through the spring slump, reminding viewers that Fundstrat's year-end S&P 500 target was 6,600 at the April lows. And then he also dove into crypto and said that he sees crypto improving into the year-end. So I am very bullish on that, especially because Tom Lee does have money in the game at this point. So keep that in your mind. Obviously, Tom Lee wants Bitcoin and ETH to win because, again, Bitminer Tech, his whole company over there, they own over 2% of ETH supply at this point. They also own a fat stack of Bitcoin as well, which no one's really chatting about. Relax, dude says we're so back. We've been here. We're not back because you know what? We've been here. That's a banger of a line. It's a banger. It's really how I feel. It's how I feel. Are you guys sipping coffee? Can I get some coffee emojis in the chat? Can we get some coffee emojis? Everyone's asking me about my weekend. I could get into what my weekend was like, but we need like at least 100 likes because if we don't even get 100 likes, like why are we even chatting about my weekend? No one cares about my weekend. Indian judge is halting Wazir X's reallocation plan. Again, exchanges all over the world, they do have problems. Now, this is what you do. You go to the fundamentals of this space, which is self-custody. Download a wallet, get those recovery phrases, keep them somewhere safe, and withdraw your money off of exchanges now. I love exchanges, but use them what they're for, which is trading, buying, selling. They are not banks. Don't hold your money there like they're a bank. Now, the Madras High Court has recognized crypto as a property capable of being held in trust, granting relief to a Wazir X user whose XRP funds were frozen following the exchange's 2024 hack. The ruling could set a precedent for how Indian courts handle user claims against exchanges operating under foreign jurisdictions. Justice N. Anand on October 25th ordered Zanmai Labs, Wazir X's Indian operator, to furnish a bank guarantee worth roughly around $11,500 equivalent to the petitioner's frozen 3,532 XRP pending arbitration, saying the crypto was held by her in India by means of the Wazir X platform, saying crypto is a property capable of being enjoyed and possessed and capable of being held in a trust. Now, the thing is, this gets really tricky. And this is what I'm saying about legislation in the US, especially some states that say like, oh, you had crypto sitting on an exchange for 3 years that you haven't touched. Now it's going to be ours. That is absolutely ludicrous. That is ludicrous. Now, the property thing could feel like, it's like, yes, sometimes we want it to be property just so we could get like, you know, we have rights to it. Someone takes it. In this case, you almost want it to be property so you could get it back and have like a foot to stand on. But then if you also have the same thought, like crypto is property and the government, for whatever reason, doesn't like you, they want to seize your property, then they're going to believe they have rights to that crypto, which is then kind of contradictory of why we're here, which is self-custody, no one being able to take your assets. So you can always hide the private key so that they can't take it, but then the government's going to say they're entitled to it in one way, shape, or form. So this is a double-edged sword. Do you think, based off of what I said, do you believe that crypto should be property? Or, like I kind of go with, we can't really classify it as either. Do you think crypto is property? One or yes emoji, two or no emoji. How do you feel about it? That is definitely something to think about. Absolutely. Oh, thanks, Jake. He said I'm an intelligent human. I appreciate that. You know, I do appreciate when people are nice to me. Hello, Sean. Shout out to Sean in the chat. We're gonna sip water because we also sip water, not just coffee. We also have no diggities in the chat. Good morning. All right, let's get after it. We also have Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan? Maybe I'll learn how to pronounce this country one day. Kyrgyzstan is launching a national stablecoin and is maybe setting up a crypto reserve. Why? Because they are smart. Why? Also because they are extra smart for getting CZ Binance on their side. Also, we didn't really get into this on Friday because I was crying a lot of tears on this podcast. But CZ Binance, they get pardoned by Donnie T. And people are saying, oh, it's because CZ is lobbying his way to the top. But really, he wouldn't have gotten pardoned if he was a bad actor. Let's get real. Anyway, CZ's killing the game internationally. Check this out. Kyrgyzstan, I'm thinking that's how we're pronouncing this. Kyrgyzstan is moving ahead with its national crypto strategy, launching a stablecoin and preparing for a public sector rollout of a CBDC, which is absolutely darn awful, according to Binance co-founder and former CEO CZ. Now listen, CZ doesn't have nothing to do with their stablecoin to the highest degree. He obviously advocates for crypto first. But what's the point? And this is what I would like to ask all these countries. What's the point of launching a stablecoin if you're also going to have a CBDC? Because you're going to force your people to use a CBDC anyway because you want ultimate control. But you can also get a lot of control with the stablecoin, but not as much. What's the point? Just launch a CBDC or don't. Keep a stablecoin or don't. Why are we playing games like that? I really just don't get it. Now, the new stablecoin, believed to be KGST, is pegged 1-to-1 to the national currency, their SOM, and is registered in the State Register of Digital Assets. It differs from USDKG, a dollar-backed stablecoin backed by $500 million in gold reserves from their Ministry of Finance that they plan to launch in Q3. So they have a lot of stuff going on. Also, a dollar-backed stablecoin, again, valuing the dollar, but also it's backed by gold.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
Amen.
Still not enough likes, Bomb PM. Thoughtful face emoji.
I agree, Jesse. Thank you for that. Smash the likes, like he said. But we also had similar ideology because in Texas and then in other states as well, I think it was Michicoin they were trying to do in Michigan, where they would have like a stable coin that's backed, or a gold pegged stable coin, or a dollar pegged stable coin backed by gold, all that sort of stuff. They want to bring back the old school way. I just don't see it happening. But at the same time, the country CBDC, the digital SOM, is now legally recognized and expected to be piloted for government-related payments, according to CZ. This follows a decision by their president to amend the country's constitutional law, giving the digital SOM legal tender status if fully launched by the national bank. Again, central bank digital currencies are as dangerous as they sound. Like, for real. Why are we dealing with CBDCs? Because they want control. Do you want them to control your life? In Kyrgyzstan, they're definitely looking to do it. And they're saying like, oh, it's going to be used for government payments. Shut the government payments. Like, are you serious? No freaking way is it just going to be used for government payments. Oh, let's roll out this CBDC. Let's roll out a stablecoin. We'll roll out another stablecoin. It's all a trap. Like, why don't people see what this is all about? This chick has not gone anywhere. No, I don't go anywhere. I literally never leave. I'm actually sewn to this desk. I don't go anywhere. I'm here. I'm never leaving. I'm never leaving. Can we smash the likes, guys?
Why don't you like and subscribe and share this?
hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Exactly. They could do them. We'll do us in the United States, which I'm really hoping that Donnie T really passes the the CBDC Anti-Surveillance State Act, because if we could ban CBDCs permanently so that way no administration could ever issue one, that's what we need. We know the Fed has been experimenting for years with CBDCs on the state level, all these like underground freaking experiments that they do. It's absolutely ludicrous that nobody calls them out. Why hasn't the Federal Reserve been called out on Project Hamilton? All these like mini CBDC projects, the New York Federal Reserve with all these banks in 2022, 2023. What were they doing? Oh, wholesale CBDCs. Jerome Powell said a few years ago on live TV in a hearing about crypto that they want a retail and a wholesale CBDC. So what are we doing at this point? We're blah, blah, blah. No, pass legislation, ban the CBDCs, promote stablecoins and Bitcoin. That is it. That is it. That is it. Crypto should be for the people. I agree. And it is for the people. Fundamentally, it is for the people. Absolutely, it is. I agree. What's going on with my hair today, y'all? I washed it this morning. She's a little unruly. Yes, I am 22. I am 22. I'm just old out here. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Wick. Wick is so cute. I'll go over my video. A lot of y'all are commenting about my weekend content. We'll get into it. We just need 100 likes first. We need 100 likes before I start yapping about my craziness. Let's go to Japan, shall we? We do have a new yen stablecoin. Now, the yen in Japan has not been doing well. Let's just be straight up honest about the whole situation. They are not doing well with the yen. They are looking for any way to recover the yen. We do have very crypto-forward companies over in Japan, such as Metaplanet. They're really one of the largest corporate holders of Bitcoin in the world. Now, they're saying now that Japan's yen stablecoin is Asia's truly global risk or global fiat pegged stablecoin. I don't really know how I feel about that type of statement, but we'll dive into it nonetheless. We're going to dive into it. Japan has done what Asian peers cannot: launch a stablecoin that can circulate globally. Japan's JPYC announced today the first yen-pegged stablecoin, a fully redeemable digital yen backed by domestic deposits and Japan's government bonds, JGB. Now, the stablecoin issuer said it won't charge a transaction fee and instead generate revenue from interest on holding of JGBs. Now, unlike the Korean won or the Taiwan dollar, which are both onshore currencies by local law, Japan's yen is freely convertible and can be used offshore. Now, this is also something that you can look at with China. Now, China, with their CBDC. Now, this isn't a straight up CBDC. This is a stablecoin in Japan's case, but it reminds me of China. Here's why. Because China has their digital yuan. And I believe it's the same for the Hong Kong digital dollar, but for sure the digital yuan in mainland China, they have what everybody in the country transact with, which is the digital yuan. Except that digital yuan you cannot spend outside of mainland China. This is how they keep it closed circuit. This is how they keep a closed economy. That's how they keep you in control in a box, because you literally can't take that money outside that box. And so they also created a separate digital yuan. Why? Because they wanted other countries to use the yuan, have it gain dominance, but also do trade in the digital yuan, such as oil and all these other things that they may do with BRICS. That's what they're doing. Also, Japan is basically doing the same thing. So I would advise caution when it comes to anything that's geofenced. You literally don't, you have to make sure you use something like Tether, like USDC, that's borderless. No one can stop you from transacting that anywhere. So please be careful. And so it even says here, so the digital yuan has that restriction. The Hong Kong digital dollar has no restrictions on its use offshore. So they also have the Hong Kong digital dollar that, again, is dollar pegged for Hong Kong. Very weird how they're doing that, too, because we know, like, the CCP does not like the U.S. at the moment, but doesn't mean they're not going to chief off of our dollar clout, you know? That was a very Gen Z line. Oh, my word. Okay. Wow, I got a very interesting comment on TikTok. A A lot of marriage requests lately, y'all. Oh my gosh. Everyone's speculating if I'm wow, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. I see marriage proposals here, speculation, Randy's dating people here. No, I'm a single little Pringle. I'm alone right now, but I have really good friends that make me happy. So that, I guess that counts. Since we were just talking about Tether, USDC, let's talk about Tether eyeing a fresh investment. They also have a new fresh stablecoin that they really want to launch in the US, USAT. And so this is pretty wild what they have going on. And I give Tether a lot of credit. Tether has faced scrutiny from like every single angle possible. Though, again, you have to look at Tether's dominance. Outside the US, every exchange uses Tether trading pairs. If something happens to Tether, like crypto is just, oh my gosh, messed up. So Tether, the crypto company behind the largest stablecoin USDT, is planning fresh investments into bringing its US-focused US dollar stablecoin to 100 million Americans. And this is according to the Tether CEO. I actually want to interview him. I'm very interested in this man. The USAT token, designed specifically for the US market to comply with federal regulations set by the Genius Act, is set to launch this December. It's issued by Tether America, a joint venture between Tether and U.S. crypto bank Anchorage Digital. And again, this is because they tried to oust Tether, especially within the last administration, because they aren't based in the U.S. Which, honestly, why would they with all the BS that was going on here? Sorry. A key element for Tether to distribute the upcoming token is Rumble. And we love Rumble. They have a massive partnership together. And they have their upcoming crypto wallet also coming out later this year on Rumble that will integrate USAT, probably USDT, and Bitcoin as well. And so he said they're investing in 2 to 3 companies that would bring the number of Americans holding this token from 51 million to 100 million Americans. So watch out. We might have some new trading pairs. And I think that's pretty great. We do need some diversity within stablecoins, and that's why we need to pass legislation over in the US, and especially within states, so that way issuers that are under that $14 billion mark can issue stablecoins and be licensed. Is that my girlfriend? Who's my girlfriend? I don't have a girlfriend. I have friends that are girls. I don't got girlfriends. Big Boogie, thank you for the lightning. I appreciate it. Wow, you guys are beautiful people. I did get married to Bitcoin. That is true. I did get married to Bitcoin. Let's talk about Circle USDC. We have Clearbank to join Circle Payments Network. Let's chat about this. Banks, stablecoins, more drama. More drama. Clearbank, a crypto-friendly neobank and regulated provider of faster payments in the UK, plans to join the Circle's payment network CPN, linking its cloud-native banking platform to Circle's blockchain-based infrastructure to speed up cross-border payments and offer access to regulated stablecoins. Now, it follows a new strategic agreement between the UK-founded clearing bank and Circle, the company behind, obviously, USDC and the EURC stablecoin. Clearbank will become one of the first European banks to integrate with CPN, allowing clients to transfer funds globally at near instant speed while maintaining regulatory transparency, according to a press release. Now, there's a lot happening when it comes to stablecoins. Since Circle launched its CPN back in April, the firm's main revenue-sharing partner, Coinbase, has joined the party with stablecoin-driven payments offering. Now, Coinbase is smart for this because wherever USDC or wherever Circle goes, they will go with them. And so that is big. So keep in mind for Coinbase, that is big news. What up, Patrick? Nice to see you on TikTok. Now, we're going to head back into the U.S. because there's some news going on in the U.S. that is very much important to our regulation and all of the things and craziness. So Donnie T is trying to find a resolution to what's going on at the CFTC. Essentially, there's no one working at the CFTC. Everyone quit, everyone left, everyone's like, I want nothing to do with it. Mostly because they were part of Operation Choke Point 2.0. These were people that were obviously not going to align with Donnie T in this current administration. Now, Donnie T named the SEC Crypto Task Force lead as a nominee to run the CFTC. Now, my question is, I think we have a great acting chair of the CFTC, Caroline Pham. I think she's absolutely fantastic. I don't know why we wouldn't promote her and have her, instead of the acting chair, like actually be the chair. That's just my little 2 cents on the whole thing. But there's going to be some switching going on. And maybe if like they replace this guy as the head of the crypto task force. Maybe we get Hester Peirce in that spot, which isn't a bad option either. We do love Hester Peirce, our crypto mama. Now, Donnie T has named a new choice in his, race for the US CFTC chair, formerly backing SEC lawyer Mike Selig after kind of getting after Brian Quintens. So we remember the whole drama with Brian. He was trying to run for the chair of the the CFTC, and basically no one really went for it, and it kind of died out a little bit. The near-term leadership of the CFTC could be a weighty matter for the crypto industry as the agency is contemplated by current legislative efforts in Congress as a leading regulator of digital asset transactions. Now, if Selig is confirmed by the Senate, a hurdle Quintens couldn't clear, which is where he got stopped out, he'll likely be shaping the implementation of U.S. new crypto policies. And of course, David Sachs confirmed that Selig, long rumored to be Donnie T's top choice, would be given the nod early Saturday. So David Sachs said, Mike has not only been instrumental in driving forward the president's crypto agenda as chief counsel of the SEC Crypto Task Force, but he also brings deep experience in trad commodity markets from his time working at the CFTC under former chairman Chris Giancarlo. So he said he was honored to be nominated, so we might have someone crypto forward in the CFTC, leading the CFTC, which is the most ideal case scenario. And yes, I say Donnie T on the show because if I say the actual name, then I get freaking censored on here. Freaking censorship is really wild, y'all. You went to a Stand With Crypto event this weekend in Detroit. Stand With Crypto really gets things done. So Stand With Crypto is an advocacy group that was originally started by Coinbase. I think Coinbase is somewhat a part of it now, but like not fully taking credit for it anymore. But definitely they do big things, Stand With Crypto. So I love that. Let's continue. How many likes do we have? Do we have 100 likes yet? I don't know why everyone's sad today. We have 72 likes, guys. We need 28 more likes. We're going to get into one more headline before we get into coins to watch. We could do some charteries as well. Actually, I lied. We have two more headlines. Actually, we'll skip that one. I don't really care about that one. We do have Rex Osprey, guys. Their XRP ETF that's doing well. We also have Bitcoin news. We have Michael Saylor acquiring 390 Bitcoin for strategy. And this isn't a lot. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, that's only a measly $43.4 million. What? Why didn't he do $1 billion buy? This is horrible. Strategy. They acquired 390 Bitcoin for $43.4 million at about $111,000 per coin, achieved a Bitcoin yield of 26% year to date, and as of October 26th, they hold 640,808 Bitcoin acquired for $47.44 billion at about $74,000 per Bitcoin. People don't get it. They don't get that there's not a lot of Bitcoin to go around. There's only 2 million Bitcoin tied to centralized exchanges. Bitcoin mining companies don't want to sell their Bitcoin. They're keeping it for their own treasuries and actually buying more Bitcoin back. There's not a lot to go around, boys and girls. So Saylor's going to hit a wall. These Bitcoin treasury companies are going to hit a wall where they won't be able to buy enough. Retail obviously is not going to be able to buy as much as they want. And that's when the supply shock comes in. And none of this is priced in. Bitcoin is severely undervalued. And this isn't financial advice. This is just like simply looking out into the world. Bitcoin is severely undervalued. Get after it. Stack accordingly. Now, let's get into coins to watch. We'll chat about the XRP ETF within that segment. Let's do this. All right, guys, we got our leaders, our gainers, which is Virtuals leading the way there, up 21.6%. Pi is up 10%. Dash is up 7%. Zcash is up 6.8%. DEX E is up 5.8%. Leading the losers is Plasma, down 9.9%. Double Zero, down 8%. Aster, down 7.4%. SPX, down 6.7%. And Memecore, down 5.7%. Let's look at XRP news. Rex Osprey XRP ETF is surpassing $100 million in assets under management, which is big for the XRP community. Now they have the XRP ETF. The XRPR is the ticker if you guys want to go look it up. They surpassed $100 million in assets under management in just 5 weeks after the launch, according to the issuer from Rex Osprey. Now, the ETF has experienced rapid growth since their launch on September 18th. It offers investors exposure to the price of XRP, which is the 4th largest cryptocurrency by market cap at this point. So that's very big for the XRP community. And so we still have the hashtag NASDAQ XRP ETF that has also accumulated $52 million in total assets. So we could take a gander at XRP price today. XRP is down a little bit, battling the 200-day SMA. We are at a critical level for XRP. If you guys want to go take a gander at that chart with us, put XRP emojis in the chat. Let's go. Let's get it. 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 Please smash the like, subscribe, share this video. Now, we do have $2.60 XRP. We're down 1.5%, battling the 200-day SMA. And the 200-day SMA is exactly where we want to be at this level, $2.60, which is a level we've been watching for a while as well. Now, bullishly, we really want to go to that $3.08. That is where we've had some selling pressure. But, of course, when we got through it and blasted past it, we did hit that all-time high. Bearish level watch, if we reject this 200-day SMA, is down here at 183. We're also looking at the momentum that is popping off, I gotta say. Green dot printed, looking good. Money flow is picking up as well, looking to cross that zero line. VWAP is pulling back ever so slightly. Looking back at this RSI, we are taking a little bit of a hit, although I would like to test that neutral, maybe go bearish, come back down to this point right here. Because whenever you have a major pump with the RSI, most likely it comes back down. Let's take a look at Ethereum today, $4,128 at the moment, down 0.73%. We are looking at the level we are rejecting, which is our golden zone over here at $4,200 ETH. We want to hold support here at $39.33. Now, oopsie, there we go. Now, looking at the momentum, we have a green dot printed, sending it over that zero line. We are bullish. VWAP is majorly bullish right now, which is crazy that we are not really moving that much in price, although the money flow is not green at all. So that is something to pay attention to. The RSI is slightly bullish, looking all right. We're looking decent, kind of similar to XRP. Litecoin, $98.75, down 1.28%. We are battling a 200-day SMA here as well. We really want to push that. It's at $100 to the 200-day SMA, which is a critical level, obviously majorly psychological. And so you want to look at 104 and 112 as your, or more so 114 as your bullish scenario. Bearish is holding that support at $91. I really want to see $100 Litecoin again. It is, what a beautiful buy. Green dot has been printed, moving up that momentum. We are soaring, we're flying. We have the VWAP that's doing all right. Money flow is nice and green. We also have the RSI. Bam, bam. That is slightly bearish, taking a little bit of a dip. Honestly, I would like to see the RSI come back down here for Litecoin. It's not the worst thing in the world either. It's not the worst thing in the world to have a pullback. How are we doing? How are we doing in the chat? Bitcoin is already correcting. Bitcoin's doing just darn fine. Everyone's worried, oh my gosh, what's going on with Bitcoin? It took a dip. Guys, we're at $114,000 Bitcoin. Like, does it not shock anyone? We're over $100,000. Like, for years, it's been the mystical number, $100,000 Bitcoin. And then we're here, and no one's like feeling the vibe. Why is that? It's a little confusing. Oh, Alex, hello, my friend on TikTok. If anybody's new to the show, may you let me know. Also, let's have a conversation, shall we? What time is it? We got time? We got time. I wasn't coming at you, Ian. Don't worry, I wasn't coming at you. I really wanted to chat about something and maybe play this video while I go get my cookies that I baked yesterday. They're in the fridge right now because I had to put them in the fridge, so I can't really eat them on the live stream, but I wanted to show it to you. Oh, wait, is this actual... Wait, Madi. Is this Madi from Quantum Economics? Shout out to Madi. Is this Madi Greenspan? Let me know. Hello, Mike H. He said long weekend here. We like a long weekend. Okay, so I'm going to play this video And we're going to chat about it after. Guys, this is a 2.5 minute video. If you're on TikTok, you won't hear the video. Please go to YouTube and give me a minute. I'm going to play it and I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I always questioned, why has all these bad things happened to me? Just why? You know, when I was first growing up, my first memories were all about survival. And then, you know, going through my life, I've seen, you know, a parent come and go, essentially. I don't really know one of my parents. I also had one parent that was mostly present in my life up until recently. And I just look at all these things between the bullying I went through, really being at the bottom so many times where there were days that I didn't know if we were going to pay rent. And then I just kept going. And there was always something that kept me going. And I know I'm already getting emotional right off the bat, but I always looked at the people that brought me down to the bottom as almost enemies. Why did they do this to me? Why did this happen? And the reason is because we had to go through trials in order to have faith that things will get better. And there was always one thing that kept me going. And in recent years, it's been my podcast. And it's been this community that has really been with me and never gave up on me, because I never gave up on them, even though people in my life have given up on me, if that makes any sense. And so what I really felt called to do was do something that was bigger than me, because I have faith that this will line up in one way, shape, or form. And over the past almost 6 years I've been doing missteencrypto, it really has come through. And what happens is, like, you need to have maturity. You need to know that every challenge that comes towards you, every step that you have to take that doesn't make sense, it will in the end, as long as you have faith. When I was living in New York, I saw everything going downhill and I felt a calling, moved to Florida. I found a location. I've never been here before, but I booked the flight, signed a lease, and came down here. And because I took that step of faith, then I saw the reward, but I also saw one of the worst years of my life. And that was only because I needed to be brought down to the bottom to give me this one thing: forgiveness. I have to forgive the people that did me wrong. I have to forgive the people that weren't there for me when they were supposed to be. And doing that, I mean, just knowing that forgiveness is in my heart is the most solid thing I've ever had in my life. And so if there's one piece of advice I could give to anyone today, to forgive. Thank you.
That was a heavy one, y'all. Yeah, like I wow. So the thing is, this is my healing, y'all. And I'm going through like a major healing phase. My whole life. And I was, you know, I really feel like I really follow my intuition or the spirits that are guiding me. And yesterday, after I filmed this video, I was kind of a mess. And I was just like, I need to go to the gym. And so I walk in the gym, I do this workout. There's this lady that's always in the gym at the same time I'm there. Like, somehow we always run into each other. And we get to talking about working out and all this stuff. And, you know, she has a son that's like a few years younger than me. And we were just like chatting, and she was like, I don't know how we got so deep, but she was telling me like some things about her, and I started talking about my life, and we were both sitting there crying. And I had this conversation with her about, like, you know, how I really feel like spiritually I've been lifted in the past year in a lot of different ways. And me and this lady were just sitting there hysterical crying, like in the middle of the gym. And it's just like, to connect with people on that level is so amazing. So I just wanted to talk about that as well. And I'm trying to recover in a way where obviously we're going to have financial freedom, and that's going to be our core. Then once we start building our financial freedom, you also have to take care of yourself. And that includes going to the gym. taking care of your physical self. It includes taking care of your mental health. And that has been something that I have struggled with in the past. And that's why, like, I go to the gym and I do all the things that I do, because it really helps me stay in that mindset of just positivity and stuff. And there was one thing I wrote down yesterday, and it's like, this is another thing. Like, a move is wild, and it's really supposed to happen when it takes faith, right? Like, when there are some decisions you have to make that really don't make sense, like, you just make that decision. Like, I grew up in New York my entire life. I literally knew nothing different. Of course, I traveled and I've seen the country and I've been to Miami and all these things. I've been to Florida a few times, but it wasn't like I've ever been to this location before. Never been here. And I just felt a calling. And I have a story. I'm going to share this story. And I don't think people would believe me when I tell them this story, but there's no other way that this happened by accident. And I'll just dive into this really quick. And I don't even know if maybe people will think I'm crazy for this. So when I was looking to leave New York and I was just trying to figure out, like, what do I do? Where do I go? Do I really leave? Am I just crazy for thinking I have to leave? And so I was doing my regular Saturday routine in Brooklyn, which was going to the diner with my family, going across the street to my Italian deli, which I also grew up with the kid that owns it, and whose family owns it, and just like top notch. If anyone's ever been to Faico's in Brooklyn or Manhattan, you know the vibe. Obviously, the one in Diker is the best one. Shout out to my boys over there. But I walk in there one day and I'm just chatting it up, like, about how I want to leave New York, and some lady just starts talking to me and telling me everything I've been thinking. Like, everything. She's like, yeah, you're not going to find a husband in New York. You're not going to find freedom here. She was like, if I was young and I were you, I would leave. And, she was like, you should go down to this spot. And, like, everything she was saying was so critical. And especially where I was just saying to her, like, I almost feel so alone in a city that's so big. You know what I mean? And we were just saying to each other, like, what we both needed to hear. Like, I was telling her, like, you have such a good energy about you. Like, and we just started connecting on this different level. So we both start to get emotional. And I told her, I was like, my name is Randi. It's so nice to meet you. She looks at me and her face just falls and she starts to cry. And I'm like, are you okay? And she was like, no, because last night I was praying to my husband, my dead husband that passed away, named Randy, and I asked him for a sign that he was still with me. And then I came and spoke to her the very next morning. The very next morning. And she told me everything I needed to hear when I literally just met her. And she goes, I just needed a sign that my husband was there and listening to me. And then I met you. And, like, oh my God, I'm crying. I can't keep crying on this podcast. But that is just, like, those type of, like, spirit-led supernatural things keep happening to me. And it's like, when those things happen to you, you absolutely cannot ignore them. And so right after that, like, literally everything lined up so perfectly after that, I got a lease and moved down to Florida. How crazy is that story? I had so many like, everyone in the store was like, hold on. Because that was supernatural. That was supernatural. So when I keep saying, like, I'm healing, everything happens for a reason, like, it's so obvious that it does. It's so obvious that it does. And let your heart get led by that spirit. And don't try to question, it doesn't make sense. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? There were days where I said in that video that I didn't know my family and I could pay the rent a lot of the time, but there was always something that got me through. There was always a check that came through. There was always something that came through. And so then I started questioning, because I was going down this rabbit hole after I heard a message yesterday, and I was like, why did I go through all of these things that I went through? My first memories as a baby were survival. Like, trying to, like, I can't get too deep into it. I don't want to start drama anywhere. But my first memories were survival. I was searching for food at 5 years old. And people don't know this. A lot of my close friends don't know this. But I was in a bad home when I first, was starting my life, literally. And it was all about survival. I had to find food, feed my sister, and keep going. And then, I ended up moving out of that home. It wasn't safe. Then I got to high school. Obviously, I got bullied. And then I had a lot of other personal things within family that weren't right. And then, up until recently, then I got my bank account drained. And, out of all these lows, what was the point? And I was like, why have all these things happened to me? Why did I have to basically have no family? Why did I have to be the black sheep of my family? Why did all these people that were supposed to be guiding me through life give up on me? Why did they leave me at the bottom? Why didn't anybody help me when I needed it? Even this past year, homeless, no money. Did anybody call me and ask me, hey, do you need help? Not one that was blood related. In crypto, y'all came through for me. I've never seen y'all come through. So this, I had to realize, and I've always tried to forgive. There was one parent I always needed to forgive. But now it's I have to start forgiving everybody. And I realized that. I cannot hold on to this madness. And the fact of the matter is, we're all broken people at the end of the day. But we could always wake up and choose to try to make ourselves as whole as possible. We could always wake up and say, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to do what I need to do every day and keep freaking going. Because if you have to go through these trials, you have to go through these tribulations to prepare you for what's to come. I got bullied like no end in high school. There were people posting pictures about me on social media, no caller IDs every 5 minutes, people making fun of me, people threatening me. Why did that happen? Because I had to be prepared for social media. I had to be prepared for other people coming at me online and have the mental wherewithal to be you know what, I can get through it. So this is what it's about. What I'm trying to tell y'all is you can't move forward. You can't get the blessings that are coming to you if you are stuck in the past. You cannot. And through my whole life, I had this anger in my heart. I can't believe they did this to me. I'll never move on. I'll always hate them. But what's the point of hating somebody? You realize that's energy. Even if you don't think about them consciously, they're still in your head because you haven't let it go and you haven't forgiven them. Forgive the people that were not there for you when they were supposed to be. Forgive them. Because forgiveness is what's really going to make you whole. So that's one thing I really wanted to stress to you, because yesterday, I was just a mess, because I think it was just all of that forgiveness coming out. And that's really what I wanted to share with y'all today. Please forgive people, because then you'll never move on and you won't get the blessings you're supposed to get. And so today is such a gift. Every day we live and we breathe, our heart beats. It's a gift. And so please give love to everybody, even if they don't give love to you. Move on, even if they haven't moved on, because there's no other way to go about this life. There's no reason to be miserable when you could be happy. And you know what? Maybe they won't be happy that you're happy. But at the end of the day, what's it to them when it's their energy that they're wasting? So I just wanted to throw that out there. That was very deep. Otherwise, I had that emotional morning. I went to the gym, and then I went to the farmer's market, which I'm going to show y'all what I got from the farmer's market. I got a bunch of juices, y'all. We're not going to cry anymore. We're going to be less emotional. I got a bunch of juices. So the lady, I tried 5,000 juices from this lady yesterday, but we got this one. I want to know what y'all think about it. This one is called, I think this is the queen kale, and she put king on it as a typo, but kale, green apple, lemon. It's for immunity, iron, and a liver boost. We like a liver boost. And then this one, this actually tastes fire. It doesn't look good, but it is good. It's called Twilight. And it's apple honeydew, activated charcoal. It's supposed to be like a little metallic, what's it called? Metallic reset, clean out, whatever, detox. And it has dragon fruit in there. It's a detox. It says detox on there. And then I also got this last one. So this one is like one of those like healthy ginger shot things, but I got like the full bottle because apparently it's really good for migraines and stuff. And weight loss. So it's ginger, green apple, lemon, and cayenne pepper. And the lady told me to add extra cayenne for this. So have I considered interviewing Jared Tate? That's a very interesting question. You never know. I think Jared Tate might be on this podcast later this week. So here's a little announcement for you since someone asked. We are going to have Jared Tate, the founder, creator of DigiByte, on this podcast this Thursday. So all you DigiByte friends, call your mother, call your sister, call your cousin. Have everyone subscribe to this channel. Okay. In addition, yesterday, I'll show you my Instagram story because I also made like a fire chicken dish that is absolutely insane. I found a recipe, basically changed it to what I wanted it to be, but it came out absolutely insane. So I made this. Hold on. Look at the chicken. Honestly, the camera does not do this justice. It was fantastic. And then I called my friends because the night before they cooked me dinner, so then I cooked them dinner. And then I made these apple sugar cookie pies. Like they're like mini apple pies, but like sugar cookie base instead of an actual pie base. So I made these from scratch, basically fully from hand as well, by hand. So this is what they look like. Look how freaking cute. Oh, it's so adorable. So I was really particular about getting the nice golden brown, filling them in quite nice. So this is what it looked like when it was like more fresh. So I basically made the sugar cookies, made them into little cups, and then filled them with the apples and stuff. And this is what it came out looking like last night. Now, I made like these mini versions, which I took some home from my friend's house because I really felt called to possibly give them away to somebody. Like, I don't even think I'm going to end up eating these. I probably am going to give them away to somebody else. But yeah, so basically, a Michelin star chef. I don't know if you guys remember last year I was telling y'all I was friends with a Michelin star chef. He used to live at my old complex. He moved to a new state. But he taught me how to make steak. He taught me how to make these cookies, Dubai chocolate. He also taught me how to make the pistachio crusted halibut over rice and veggies, which is absolutely insane. So I learned a few like Michelin level dishes. And this was like a basic dessert that he taught me to make. But I'm telling you, it's like, I don't like apple anything. I really hate apple. Like I won't eat apple, anything besides like a Honeycrisp apple the way it is. But this is insane. And I feel like it's the same for a lot of things that I make that I probably wouldn't eat from anyone else but myself. I don't know why that is. But this was my little sugar cookie apple pie majiggy, and I hope y'all like it because instead of like the apples, you could put like pistachio buttercream in there, like the Dubai chocolate type. So yeah, I have a video of all my friends tasting it too, and they like really liked it. So my friends helped me chop up the apples, and then I pretty much just took over. They wanted to watch a movie. I was like, leave me in the kitchen. You guys go watch a movie. So I was just in the kitchen, just doing whatever I wanted in there. And so I baked them. I took them home, and that was it. When Randi Cookbook. Listen, people literally don't believe that I could cook and bake, but like I genuinely love it. Cause like I said, I was a tad stressed yesterday. So I went to the gym, I came back, I got some groceries, and then I made that food. And then they were like, we want cookies. I was like, bet, I know a recipe y'all will really like. Do I use a KitchenAid mixer? I would love a KitchenAid mixer. My heart would die if I had a KitchenAid mixer. I would be the happiest girl in the world if I had a KitchenAid mixer. So for these cookies, it's like pretty basic. I was just mixing them by hand pretty much with a wooden spoon because I was at my friend's house. Like I didn't have my hand mixer, but I do have like a little hand mixer that'll make things a little bit faster next time. But you saute the apples, throw some sugar in there, cinnamon, obviously butter, and then you're all good. So high quality, homemade, from scratch. That's the way we do it in the Hipper household. You want the recipe? honestly, my recipe is pretty ghetto because like so basically I went over this guy's place. We were making cookies for all of our friends and whatever. And so like we're baking and whatever, and he was just basically telling me how to make it as we were baking it, and I was writing notes on the side. So I actually haven't made these cookies without him, and he only made them with me once before, things got in the way, he moved, whatever. But he only showed me how to make it once. And so this was the first time I actually made them on my own. And I think they came out good, maybe slightly better, because there was like a lot of love from other people in the room. And love makes all the food better. So anyway, y'all, we are at the hour. We're going to get after. If you guys want to learn more about my cookies, the recipes, and everything else in between, please go to Discord right now. We are having a community after show. But if you want to be in the after shows on Wednesdays and Fridays, please become a member of the channel, support the show. You pay, minimum of $2.99 a month unless your heart feels greater. You get emojis, and you get access to these after shows, and probably more perks coming soon. I'm trying to plan my whole life right now. So please make sure you smash the like, subscribe, share this out with friends. Have a splendid and amazing Monday. We're going to kick off the week with love, zest, and happiness. Go into Discord right now. I will post a video in a little bit, and I will see you later. And as always, stay zesty. Peace.